Most people dismiss gacha games due to the stereotypes that they see on the market that have been growing out of control for years. This is not what this game is about. Far from it. This game not only blew me away, especially as someone not fond of most gacha games, but as someone who usually doesn't appreciate most stories for games like these, usually just skipping through them. This game made me care, cry, and feel copious amounts of emotions for it, and rekindled my love for literature. That game is Limbus Company. Limbus Company is a game created by Project Moon and is the third entry in a series of games involving an overarching story. But for now, I will only be talking about Limbus Company, which, as stated before, is a gacha game. You play as our favorite clockhead, Dante, who is the manager of 12 employees called sinners that accompany you along Mephistopheles, the bus, with your driver, Charon, and your advisor/overseer, Virgilius. Did I say clockhead? Yeah. Dante walks around with their head as a flaming clock. And when they speak, everyone except for the sinners hears it as a ticking clock sound. This is yet to be explained, but we are to assume that this has heavy plot importance. As you will realize, every small detail in this game matters. Everything is on purpose. No one is quite what they seem. Let's focus on one in particular, as this one is the first sinner we follow at the beginning of the story. We have Gregor, the 13th sinner, who is the main focus within the first canto. A man of many mysteries, especially with his token bug arm. It's based on Gregor Samsa from The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. Skip this part of the video if you are uninterested in spoilers. Gregor was revealed to have been a child test subject taken by G-Corp scientists who replaced his arm with an insect-like replacement, which had supernatural powers to regenerate itself. As he grew, he was kept by the scientists and experimented on as they tested to see the extent of how his arm worked, so they instructed him to cut apples in half, which he refused time and time again, not wanting to give in at first. Over time, he gave in and snapped and sliced the apple, hoping that all this torment would end. To his horror, he was thrown into more tests after that, and he realized that he would have to keep on doing this even after all this time, having reality finally set in to his situation. This follows almost similarly to what Gregor in Kafka's novel goes through, suddenly being turned into a cockroach when he wakes up in the morning, and detailing how it is to be a roach and deal with that reality, being completely against the situation and just wanting to return to normalcy. With his dad, Herman, who shares the same name as Gregor's mother in the game, who was the reason he was sent off to the scientists and experimented on in the first place, was also a source of torment within the book and even more within Limbus, but that would be saying too much. So I will stop here. It's so fascinating, though, how well Limbus Company integrates their characters and inspirations from their sources into this almost apocalyptic world, and also makes them connect. I was never someone who could, understand or better yet, appreciate literature, but being able to witness several of these stories through game form, I found myself yearning for more. After playing Canto 1 with Gregor's story, I ended up reading The Metamorphosis for the first time, and that's crazy to me. A game making me want to read? What? So many more stories in the game are told, like Heathcliff's Wuthering Heights and Ishmael's Moby Dick, two of which I'm already planning on getting my hands on as soon as I can. The characters, sinners, and the stories we follow them on have been worth every second that I have spent on this game. I hope this video will at least give you the inspiration to try it yourself.